Depending on how many likes I get or comments, then that must mean that I'm better. And if I don't get that many likes or comments or followers, like that must mean that I'm less than. Yeah. And so then it becomes the global eval, right? Group of irrational beliefs where it's labeling. So we're using social media as a tool for our self-worth. Yeah. If I have this amount of followers, I'm better. If I don't, I'm not as good. And comparing ourselves to other people, well, they have this many followers and this many likes, or they look better in their gym selfie, shirtless than I do, or whatever. So that must mean I'm not as good as that person. And then when we're putting ourselves down by using these rating scales, then we feel depressed. Yeah. So I think social media is more of conditional self-acceptance. Unconditional self-acceptance would mean that we like and love ourselves whether we're performing well or we're performing worse, that we don't rate ourselves at all about anything, because a couple likes on a picture can't holistically make us all one thing or the other. It's only part of what makes us who we are. A part never equals a whole.
Yeah. So do you recommend usually for your clients to use less of social media? Or is that never part of a conversation?
I think social media is less of the problem. Okay. And the biggest problem is rating ourselves. Because if you don't rate yourself, it doesn't matter if you're on social media all day, although I don't recommend that, or being off of it all day. Because if we're just avoiding social media, but we're not dealing with the constant need to rate ourselves, then we could do that with something else.
It doesn't need to be social media. It will just reflect itself on social media.
I mean, social media makes it easier because it's more in your face, but it can still trigger a deep-seated belief about ourselves that we have within that we're not adequate if we're not measuring up. If you don't rate yourself and put yourself down for it, you don't feel bad. But what people also need to realize is that if you rate yourself in a good way, that's not rational either, because we're not entirely good or entirely bad. If getting not enough likes on a photo makes me entirely worthless, then getting a lot of likes on a photo wouldn't make me entirely worthwhile. That a part never equals a whole. So if I have this big social media following and I look great shirtless and everybody raves about it and says, oh, you got to follow this guy because he looks so great without a shirt or whatever, that still doesn't rationally make me better than someone that doesn't. So we also want to be careful of not giving ourselves positive labels either. That why not just stop rating ourselves altogether, that I am Nathaniel and you're Diogo, and that whether we're doing well or worse at something never makes us all one thing or another. Yeah. We're just human beings that have capability of doing things well and capability of doing things poorly, and we are neither entirely good or bad. We're just human. And then you got the Facetune and the filters and all that stuff to rig the photos to begin with. Not saying everybody does that, so you don't even really know what's really the case anyway.
It's just a highlight reel of the highlight reels. Right.
And it gives you a dopamine rush, and you're like, wow, people really like what I'm saying, and we feel really good because we're subconsciously giving ourselves a positive rating. And there's nothing wrong with feeling good about having accomplished something. We just want to make sure that that doesn't make us better than someone that's not.